Hey, everybody, this is Lori Ramsier.
And this is Emily Deshawn.
Welcome to our real estate conversations.
So, today we just wanted to talk about the top 10 questions you should ask a listing agent before you hire them to sell your home. So, Lori, how long have you been doing this?
A little over 11 years.
Okay, so in that time frame, I'm sure you've had a lot of people ask you a lot of different questions. And we just kind of want to walk through what the top questions you hear frequently. So, I kind of already asked you the number one: how long have you been in real estate? Why is this important?
Well, it's important for the
Yeah.
experience because obviously this is one of your most valuable assets that you have. And so it's important that you get the most money for it and that you sell it according to your timeline and you get that sold quickly. So somebody with experience is going to be able to help you do that. And along those lines too, I would say experience just isn't how many years you've been in the business, but it's how many homes that you've actually sold during
Yes.
that time.
So, number two questions: how many homes have you sold in the last year? That would be a great follow up question. And just for reference, it depends on like if they're on a team or not, and all those figures. I think in the last year, June to June, we've done what was it, 120,
121.
121?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we've had 121. We are a team, so that does make a
yeah,
difference. Like you say, an individual agent isn't going to have that many.
yeah. But two questions to watch out for is how long have they been doing it, and then how many transactions in the past year have they done? Another question you might not think to ask, maybe off the bat, is this your full time job? And why is that a good question to ask somebody?
Well, real estate is really 24/7, 365. So it's difficult to do that at a high level without it being your full-time job. And as with any career, you're going to dedicate a lot of time to that. If you're not on a team, it's really hard to do it well as a part-time.
Yeah. Being on a team, like you said, would change that dynamic, but it's still a good thing to know and ask. Um, so that would be our next question: is if they are you an individual agent or do you work on a team? And what is the difference between those two things?
Sure. So, as an individual agent, as with anything else, if you're the only one, you're doing it all. So, you are putting on MLS, you are going on listing appointments, you're showing buyers, you are marketing, you are doing your finances. It's running a business basically. So,
Yeah.
difficult to do as a solo person, but that is how a lot of people
Yes.
start out. It's how I
Hmm.
started out. And
Absolutely.
so, I quickly knew that I needed to build a team. And you pull in the people who do the things that you're not good at. So
Yes.
I'm so blessed to have a fantastic team. And we have Sandy as our transaction coordinator. And so
Mhm.
she loves to cross the T's and dot the I's. That's not my strong suit. So that position was really the first one that we hired for. And then we went from there. So, we have marketing, we
Mhm.
have financing, we have an accountability person, and Emily. So she really helps us stay on the straight and narrow so that we can serve our clients better.
Absolutely. There's lots of different things that can be done. But as you're interviewing the person who's going to sell your home, you just want to make sure that they're going to be a great fit for you, whether they are individual or on a team.
And I would say too that a team is really more having a full team, like at the
Hmm.
back end support system,
Yeah.
not just a couple, three agents who say they work together. That's not really a
Yeah.
team.
That's just agents who
Right.
collaborate.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. So, another question to think through is, will this agent be representing only you, or do they do transaction coordinator where they
Broker.
represent, or broker where they represent the seller and the buyer? So why is this important, Lori?
Well, if you're a transaction broker, which is a way you can be represented in the state of Missouri, but that it means that you are not really representing either side. You are representing the transaction, so you're just really putting the two together. I've done it, and sometimes it works in certain situations that
Hmm.
it calls for that. But typically, I love what I do, and I want to be representing one person really
Yes.
well, and I want to be representing their best interests. And I can't do that if I have both sides. So you want a designated agent who's going to be representing you in your best
Yeah.
interests.
So typically, Lori will do most of the listings on our team, and then we have buyer's agents who will take on the buyers and represent them. That way, everyone has their own representation and there's clarity on everything.
Right.
So another question is, do they have someone dedicated to marketing your home? So this is kind of a big one for a seller because Potentially, if you have an individual agent who's trying to just do all the things on their own, it may be hard for them to find time to make up those flyers and to get it on social media and to do the open houses and do all the extra steps. So asking that question might
There's
be
only
great.
so many hours in a
Yes.
day,
Yeah.
so, you can only do so much. So Heidi does a fantastic job for us of marketing our properties, and so she's going to do that by, putting it on a social media. So you'll see our listings everywhere you look,
Mhm.
and that's because we have somebody who's dedicated to that. And then she's going to create all of our flyers, and she's going to put together our open houses and our realtor open houses. So that's just such a huge benefit
Make
because
slideshows, all sorts of
absolutely,
things.
yeah.
So there's lots that can go on in the marketing. And again, an individual agent can do great at that, but it's just a question to ask and to find out more information on. And then to kind of follow up on that, what is their marketing strategy? Whether they do have someone dedicated or not, how are they going to market your home?
Correct. So you don't want somebody that does a three Ps, basically puts it in MLS, puts a sign in the yard, and then prays that it's going to sell. So not that we don't do all those things, we do, but you want somebody who's actually going to be proactive. Are they calling other agents and making sure that they're calling the agents that are in that particular niche so that we get everybody in through the
Yes.
house that we can? Are they having open houses? Are they going to have a realtor open house? Are they calling your neighbors and or going around door to door and just saying, hey, this house is going to
Hmm.
hit the market, who do you know that would be a great fit for this neighborhood? So we
Yeah.
do a lot of things when it comes to marketing to make sure we get your house sold as quickly as possible for the most money as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Another like huge piece for us, it's always super important, is that we hire a professional photographer. So when you're asking them, ask, do you do professional photos on your listings? Because I know a lot of people say, hey, I've got a great cell phone now, but there's just a huge difference between professional photos and cell phone pictures. So if you're paying somebody commission to sell your house, you want professional photos. Can you
Absolutely.
share? I mean, can you share
That's
some
one of my
stories on
pet
these?
peeves,
Yeah, it's
actually.
a big one.
So, yes, you can do it with a cell phone, and there may be people who do it with a cell phone. But I'm sure you've all seen blurry, upside down, people in the
Yeah.
mirrors taking pictures. It just doesn't put your house in the best light. So we will pay for that to make sure
Yes.
that we are selling your house and that it is showing better than it ever has. So take a look at our photos on our website. I think you'll agree.
Yeah. So don't you typically walk through the house? You're gonna give tips like, hey, maybe move this over here or take this off the wall, and we're gonna help you make your house look amazing to be sold because that's so important. So just something to ask, something to keep in mind as you're going through this process. And then lastly, this is a really, really big piece. It's question number 10, but it's a very important one. Is did they come to the table at your listing appointment that you had with them with a comparative home analysis to give you a great price point on your home? Lori, why is this so important?
Well, we want to get that priced correctly because we want it to sell quickly and we want it to sell for the most money. So if we get it in that sweet spot, this year we have again had multiple offers on the majority of our listings.
Yeah,
So that is how you get the most for your house.
absolutely.
And then if you stay on the market and you become stale, it's sort of like dating. As people start to wonder why you've been on the market so long, there must be something wrong. So we don't want that to happen.
No, 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 no. We want your home to be priced at the right place because if it is, it should move within the first 2 weeks, unless it's a specialty house or something like that.
Correct.
But if we can get that price point well, that first 2 weeks are really important. Um, so we're gonna throw in a little bonus question just because I think it's fun and it's important. Is check their Google reviews before you even meet with them. Do they even have any Google reviews? You wouldn't go to a restaurant without checking
Correct.
reviews. So do the same for your realtor. Any thoughts on that?
I do think that's important. Yes, we never go out to eat, so why would you sell your house
Yeah.
with somebody you didn't check out
Yeah.
first?
And people, when you do a good job for people, they appreciate it, and most times they'll leave you a review. So it's important to us. So just make sure that you're checking on those things.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And if you liked this, please, if it was beneficial to you, please like it and share and follow us for more information.
Hope this was helpful. Have a great day.